Rabbit Hunt by Rath James White helped me realize that I do have limits. I was intending to share that Rath sent me this book in a book mail post, but I ended up reading the whole thing the same day I received it. Let me tell you about this story. This is a story of a group of black men in an unnamed fraternity. They were college friends and they started these white rabbit hunts, which is basically like this twisted, sadistic torture traps for white women. They invite them for sex, they murder them. So it's all kind of under this like twisted banner of reparations, and it's heavy, like really heavy on race and politics throughout this story. So this book slaps you with a half page of trigger warnings right at the start, and friend, let me tell you, Brother Man was not kidding, okay? It dives deep into this nasty cycle of hate and violence and justifications around racial injustice that feel a bit too real. So I feel like you can't tell this story without talking about that. I can say that this is the toughest book that I have plowed through. So let's talk about who this book is for. If vile defilement, gory torture, and getting into the psyche of sadism is your jam, this is going to be the book for you. It'll be right up your alley. But a heads up, it pushed me to my gore limit. Like, I was legit jumping at shadows around my house after I finished reading it. So let's talk about who this book is not for. And because I talk about different genres of books on my page, and I know that a lot of you are multi-genre readers, I feel like it's only fair to give you this disclaimer. If you are like remotely unsure about whether you can handle a story like this, chances are it is not for you. It's not up your alley. It's more about whether you can like tolerate it. And if you can, you probably already know who you are. So no judgment if you're not sure, but if you are questioning it, then maybe this book is not for you, and that's okay. This book is for a very specific type of reader, the kind who's already down with super, super, super intense, graphic, and gory stories. So we're talking about the kind of content that doesn't just like brush past the triggers in a book like, oh, it's mentioned barely. No, baby, it drenches itself in those triggers. So this is us. This is the reader. This is books like Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana. And you're like, yay, I did it. That was rough, but that wasn't so bad. And then here comes Rath James White. Here's Rath, and this is Rabbit Hunt. Me, myself, personally, I had to take a break from horror. I had so many other horrors that I wanted to get through, but after this one, I had to jump over into fantasy and sci-fi, something a lot lighter. I really needed a brain cleanse after that one, like for real. So if you're up for a book that messes with your head just as much as it horrifies, Rabbit Hunt is waiting for you.